Hi there, and welcome to this edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be having a look at the upcoming Day 4 of the Great Northern Darwin Cup Carnival, Ladbrokes NT Derby Day, which will be run on Saturday the 17th of July. Saturday's meeting will mark the halfway point in the 8-day carnival and is always a day with massive expectation. The Guineas winner Trident bids to keep his hopes alive of the $100,000 Ladbrokes Triple Crown, but he will face some stiff opposition over the 2,050 metres of the Classic. While 3 races are on the light side, including the Weight for Age event, there are some good betting contests over the remainder of the 7-race card, and the Derby will feature a full 12-horse field vying for the thick end of the $135,000 stake. The first race gets underway at 1:44 p.m, with the last time to go at 5:25 p.m. The opener is the Darwin Racing Handicap. It's a 0 to 66 event, and this one over 1,600 metres. And in the first, my numbers are 1, 6 and 3. Going here with number 1, Count of Essex, to get Gary Clark's day off on the right note. He was a last start winner here on day 1 of the carnival, ridden by Alice Lindsay on that occasion. She takes the mount again, claims 2 kilograms off his weight of 60.5, so brings him in at a manageable weight of 58.5 kilograms. He hasn't been a frequent winner, but he's just lately really got his act together, old Count of Essex. And I know from some pictures seen this week of him at the beach, he's in great order and fighting fit, ready to go. We've got him on top, number 1. To beat number 6, Creative Control. This 3-year-old trained by Gary LaFoe. Gary had a great day here on Wednesday, of course, winning 3 races, including the Bridge Toyota Cup. Jason Lyon takes the mount on Creative Control. He had hoped to get this horse into the Derby, but unfortunately ended up as an emergency. I think he'll give this field a real shake. He was a good third last time behind Lionel, and even though he's up in grade, I think he'll be right in the mix. And my third selection, number 3, Captain Hedderwick, a stablemate of Count of Essex and Jared Todd. Great to see Toddy back in the saddle on Wednesday. He takes the mount here. Put 3 wins back-to-back, did Captain Hedderwick, and then last time out finished third behind Count of Essex. He'll race well again for sure. In the day's opener, 1, 6 and 3. The second's the Ladbrokes Handicap. They're big supporters of this day and big supporters of the Darwin Turf Club Ladbrokes, of course. And this race named after them, the Ladbrokes Handicap, over 1,300 metres, 0 to 62 event. My numbers here are 3, 9 and 2. Going here with number 3, the Trooper, trained in Alice Springs by Kevin Lamprick, and Stan Sakos takes the mount here. Had the 2 runs in Darwin this campaign for 2 very good third placings, both over 1,100 metres. Steps up in trip to the 1,300 metres, and I think it'll suit the Trooper. His last out third to Silver Melody was in this grade, 0 to 62, and I think he'll take a power of beating. 3 on top. To beat number 9, over the page we go, and that is the Auditor from the Gary Clark stable, Alice Lindsay aboard. Won here on day 1 of the carnival, beating Rhythmical on that occasion. Goes up in grade, but is the winner of 6 races already, so certainly no slug, and will be right in this as well. And back we go to our third selection, number 2, and that's Mr. Boom Jangles. He's had a couple of runs this campaign, the Gary LaFoe trained runner and Jason Lyon aboard. Has been a little disappointing, but I think getting back out to this trip of 1,300 metres, he raced over this trip last time out, but I think he's just needed 1 or 2 runs to attain peak fitness, and he should be there now. Race 2 numbers, 3, 9 and 2. The third's the Silks Darwin Weight for Age, one of the key lead-ups to the Palmerston Sprint, of course, in a couple of weeks' time. It's over 1,200 metres and only a small field of 5, unfortunately, as we mentioned. My numbers here are 5, 1 and 2. Well, he's an old marvel, the captain. He's a 2-time Horse of the Year here in the top end. He hasn't raced since Alice Springs on the 2nd of May. He just doesn't like Alice Springs. He loves it here in Darwin. And Gary Clark, of course, trains Jared Todd in the saddle. He's had a number of trials to fit him for this. He won this race 2 years ago. Weight for Age company's fantastic for him. He'd normally be carrying a hell of a lot more weight than he is in a Weight for Age contest if it was a handicap. And I think everything points to him being very hard to beat. 5 on top. To beat number 1, All Cylinders. Like this horse's run first up, he's trained by Peter Roble in New South Wales, and Simon Miller takes the mount. He's in the care of Chris Nash while he's here, All Cylinders at the present time. He ran third the other day behind Eastwood. I didn't mind his run. He sort of challenged, looked like he was the winner and just tied up the last bit. That was 1100. The step to the 1200, I don't think will worry this horse with that run under his belt. I've got him in to run second. And you can't leave number 2 Eastwood out. He was good the other day, winning, beating Bolt I Am. Paul Shires takes the mount here for Tayan Halter. So my numbers in the weight for age, 5, 1 and 2. The Force the Middies handicap, this is a 0 to 70 over the sprint trip of 1100 metres. Another small field here, and Phil Cole actually, he really holds the key here. He's got 4 of the 5 runners, having a good run too. Cole, he won the Rose Bowl here on Wednesday with Exact Replica. And he has, as I mentioned, 4 of the 5, and my numbers here, 3, 2 and 1. Number 3 on top for me, Mini Boom. This little mare, a 4-year-old by Spirit of Boom. She's only had the 4 starts in Darwin, has yet to be beaten. So that's a pretty good pointer to her chances here. Wayne O'Davis, he had a great day as well here on Wednesday with a couple of wins. Coley had a double as well. And even though going up in grade, this mare, as I mentioned, unbeaten on the track, and I think she'll take a lot of beating over the 1100 metres. She's won twice at the trip, and I've got her on top. To beat the stablemate number 2, Vunavalu, Siren Fork aboard. 4th last time out behind the Smart Syncline, and that's pretty good form for a race of this nature. And then for 3rd, number 1, Our Luca, also comes out of that Syncline race. He finished 6th. Casey Hunter for Kerry Petrick, allow him another chance. But it looks like the Cole stable to the 4 here. They have 4 of the 5, and my numbers are 3, 2 and 1. Getting towards the business end now, race 5, the Science City Handicap. This is 0 to 58 over the 1100 metres. Good size field here to go around, and my numbers are 3, 1 and 5. Saw this horse at the trials the other day, number 3, Wild Rover. He's trained by Gary Lafoe, and Paul Shires in the saddle. He's having his first start in Darwin, but I just like the way he trialled up here just earlier this week actually. And I'm putting him on top to make a winning debut in the top end. He is the winner of 1 from 8 starts in Victoria, and he won 2 starts back at Pakenham on the synthetic. So I've got him on top, number 3. To beat number 1, Colhoun from the Phil Cole stable, Wayne Davis in the saddle. Normally a consistent galloper. His last run was a little bit low par, finished 6th behind Silver Melody here on Rowant Day. But look to him to go a bold race here. And in for 3rd, number 5, Miracoli from the stable of Dick Leach. Only had the 1 start. That was in Alice Springs on day 4 of their carnival down there. Won the maiden, so he's lightly raced. 1 for 1. Jason Lyon not aboard. He rode on that occasion. Siren Fork is. This horse has also had a trial to fit him for this first up run. In the 5th, 3, 1 and 5. The 6th is one of the features, the Sitzler Buntine Handicap over the 2,050 metres. And of course, the winner of the Buntine gets into the Cup. So ballot exempt from the Cup on the first Monday in August. 2,050 metres, as we mentioned, my numbers here, 1, 4 and 2. Going here up the top with He Excels from the Nicole Brueggemann stable. Jess Philpott aboard. Hasn't that combination been going great? Of course, the Chief Minister's Cup winner, highly decorated, is that combination. And Nicole looking for another runner to get into the Darwin Cup. Of course, highly decorated going that way. He Excels, only the 1 run in Darwin, a 3rd behind Fairyland in the small field here over 1,600 metres. The extra trip will suit. And in what's not the strongest renewal of the Buntine, I thought He Excels could be very hard to beat. 1 on top. To beat number 4, Paramuse Boy, Phil Cole trains, Wayne Davis rides. This horse is backing up from Wednesday, ran in the Toyota Cup, finished down the track, but that was his first run since winning the Adelaide River Cup, so sure to have been improved for that, and I think he can make his presence felt here. Number 4, and in for 3rd, number 2, Lord Smedley, Jason Lyon for Sarah Robbins. Won here 3 starts back. His last couple of runs have produced a 2nd and a 5th placing, and he should be included in your multiples. 1, 4 and 2 in the Buntine. And the big one, the Ladbrokes NT Derby, $135,000 up for grab for the 3-year-olds. Trident, as we mentioned, looking to keep those Triple Crown hopes alive, and I'm going with him on top. My numbers here, 11, 1, 10 and 9. Trident for me, picked him to win the Guineas. He's done nothing wrong. He's trained by Mark Nine, who's a fine conditioner of horses. He's to be ridden by Jason Lyon, and I think the step up to the 2,050 won't worry him. I'm certainly hoping that anyway. He won the Guineas in a very fast time, 1:35.12, and as long as things go right in transit, he'll take a power of beating. 11 on top, Trident to win the Derby. Head of number 1, Casino 17. This horse finished third in the Guineas. I think he'll be improved by that run. Paul Shires and Gary Lafoe, the combination. That was his first start in the top end and was beaten 2.3 lengths. Should be right in the mix here. In for third, the Guineas runner-up, Ting Hui Feng Lai. Trained by Neil Dyer, he knows a thing or two about winning this race. Siren Fork in the saddle. His run behind Trident in the Guineas was super. And my fourth selection is number 9, Spy Colonel. Finished 5th in the Guineas, and he'll be thereabouts once again for Paula Trenwith and Paul Denton. Numbers in the big one, 11, 1, 10 and 9. Best bet of the day comes up in race 4, number 3, Mini Boom. Phil Cole with a mortgage on the race. Race 4, number 3, Mini Boom for me. Well, the best roughie is in the Buntine. Race 6, number 6, Skeldak. Race 6, number 6, Skeldak. It's the kind of race that he can make a forward showing in. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, but we'll be back again next week to preview day 5 of the carnival. It's the Tab Metric Mile Day, and of course that's the start of the big long week. 10 days and 4 race meetings as we build to the climax, which is the Great Northern Darwin Cup on the first Monday in August. Until then, good luck and good punting.